Leave it for later. I think there are two psachim. Look at psachim daf kuftet vav amud bet. Our topic is a woman obligated to say musaf? Is she permitted to do musaf? Because a woman is not in the Sephardic tradition based on the Rambam. Woman cannot make mitzvah, bracha, shofar, and sukkah. Can she play musaf or not? If you think about it, the discussion sounds like a very lightweight one. Why? There's no shekit ishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivan. What's the question? There isn't once the word tzivan. What's the problem with saying a bracha and sukkah? V'tzivan, right? I'm not commanded.
Right.
Why should there be any problem in brachot Kriyat Shema if the word v'tzivan is not mentioned at all? This is the machloket between Rav Ovadia Yosef and Chacham Ben Zioni, understanding a certain Gemara. Let's see the Gemara. Whoever told it to you, depends how he told it to you. So Rav Ovadia has a tshuva in Chelek Aleph and Chelek Bet, and Chacham Ben Zioni is here. Look at the Gemara here. In Pesachim, if you want, give them the Gemara and you go there. Please look a second in Pesachim. Daf Kuftet Vav 115b. So again, Sephardic women follow the Rambam that they cannot make a bracha sitting in the sukkah. Why? Asher kedishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu. God commanded me. He commanded me. So a woman who would sit in the sukkah, she has the mitzvah, and the bracha. This is one of the big differences between Ashkenazim and Sephardim. Now, when we spoke yesterday about praying musaf or not, she's not commanded. Can she do it or not? If she, remember, the tefillah has Shem Hashem many times. Let's look at the Gemara.
Isn't there a concept we once learned? Gadol Misha Mitzvah V'Osa, made the Shalom Mitzvah V'Osa?
Right, everyone agrees, right? Right. So there's no question that when men are sitting in the sukkah, the reward for the mitzvah is bigger because men are commanded. And there's no question that if a woman is sitting, she definitely has the mitzvah. The question is, can she make the baracha or not? Understand the baracha.
What about the term nedavar, Rabbi? You told us.
No, nedavar is, let's say you pray shachrit and the shachrit was not a perfect shachrit. If you really feel that you want to, theoretically, you could pray Amitai.
Why can't we say she was not Mekayim the Masa mitzvah, but the Kiyum Masa she was?
There's no question that if she wants to sit in the sukkah, it's fine. The question is, can she make a bracha or not? And Mary is saying, how about Tfilat Nedava? So he's telling you Nedava is good on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, till Shabbat. Why? Because Korbanot are aligned together with the Amidah. You cannot come on Shabbat and volunteer a Korban that tell you, please come to the morning at 6.
Is that why by a neder also? And a dava, that's why the business with the dava by a neder also? You can't, with a carbon, if you say it's okay.
Korbanot, you can korban that you're obligated, the korban that you volunteer. No, he's asking, fine, a woman cannot, she's not commanded. Neither volunteer on Shabbat, neither man nor woman can volunteer on tefillah. Yeah, let's say, here's a good example. Let's say Friday afternoon is Rosh Chodesh. You forgot to say Hallelujah.
Friday. So Friday day. And it ends on
Listen to the case. Friday afternoon. There's a reason why I said Friday and why I said afternoon. If it's Thursday afternoon, I forgot, and tonight it's not Rosh Chodesh. So I have to pray twice. Should I? Yeah, I missed the prayer.
Yeah.
Some say there's no point of praying twice. Why? Because tonight is not Rosh Chodesh.
You're not going to say Yalev Yavo in either one of them.
You understand again? Fine. If I forgot Ya'aleh V'Yavo this morning, Melvin, this morning is Rosh Chodesh, pray Mincha twice. But tonight it's not Rosh Chodesh anymore. So what's the point? This is the opinion of some. You understand the logic. The reason why to pray again is in order to say Ya'aleh V'Yavo. There's no Ya'aleh V'Yavo.
That's one side.
But you didn't, it's considered that you didn't pray.
Okay, very
That's the
good.
other side of
Says David. So this is the machloket. Some say not saying Ya'aleh V'Yavo counts as if I didn't pray.
But tonight, when you pray twice, you're praying the Amidah of tonight twice. One of them is for tonight. One of them is to make
I
up.
know, but this is the question. To make up the tefillah of Rosh Chodesh, what do I gain by doing it if I'm not saying Ya'aleh V'Yavo in either of them? Remember, tonight is not Rosh Chodesh. Today's Wednesday.
You can even say it for Arbit, Motzei Shabbat. I'm not making up Shabbat. My
That
point
one
of
is
that is
gone.
not doing
You're doing
Shabbat.
it today twice for today's Amidah to make it up.
So again, so the question is not saying Ya'aleh V'Yavo, as I said, count as if I did not pray, or I did pray, but I missed Ya'aleh V'Yavo. Right? So if it's still Rosh Chodesh, you pray twice. If it's not Rosh Chodesh tonight, listen carefully. It's a machloket. What do? Says Shulchan Aruch in Siman Kuf Vav, pray twice and have in mind I'm volunteering by tefillah.
If it's not. Yeah.
Right.
You understand what I'm doing?
Again,
Some say you must say Amidah a second time. Some say don't say. What do? Says the Shulchan Aruch based on Rabbeinu Yonah, pray the second time and say, if I'm not obligated, I'm volunteering.
it's a term
Good.
of
Now, Friday afternoon
right?
is Rosh Chodesh. Tonight, Friday night is not Rosh Chodesh. Right? If
So it's Mincha.
yes, if
Mincha.
I forgot to say Ya'aleh V'Yavo b'Mincha, now it's Friday night. It's not Rosh Chodesh. On a regular weekday, I would pray twice and say Nedava. On Shabbat, no Nedava, don't pray twice. Finish.
No.
This is the
Do
point.
not.
This is why, because a private man cannot bring his own korban on a regular day. As you said
Why
before,
can't
I mean, a
the
person
Rosh
can
Chodesh
say,
Mincha?
Arei alai olah. A person say, I'm obligating myself to bring olah, even though I'm not obligated, not on Shabbat. Because on Shabbat, only the korbanot that are part of the daily service in Beit HaMikdash, you can desecrate Shabbat for, but not for private
But there was
korbanot.
two purposes for the prayers that we're doing. One is Korban, one is the Thank Hashem. So we are covering the other one. Because in theory, Mincha, if you meet Mincha Korban, there is no substitute in the evening because you cannot make Korban on the Arvit time. So you can argue that you cannot do it.
Right, but on Shabbat, you cannot. Right?
Rabbi,
No,
you said
he's
what-
saying
Yeah, no.
that tefillah is to us.
Right.
A is rachamim, and B, the timing has to do with the korban. So when I substitute, it's only because we need mercy. Okay, so I blew the main part of tefillah. But on Shabbat, this concept doesn't exist when it's nedavar. What happened if I by mistake on Shabbat I prayed like a weekday?
Oh, a weekday.
Then it's as if I didn't pray. So then I can pray Shabbat twice because I didn't pray. If I prayed already, the only reason I'm praying a second time is, okay? Okay, so remember the rule. There is no nedavar on Shabbat.
So this fellow that missed Mincha Friday afternoon was not Rosh Chodesh. He missed Mincha. Now it's Shabbat.
He has to pray twice.
On Shabbat.
On Shabbat twice, and both of them Shabbat. This is his case. If you got he didn't pray Mincha Friday afternoon, then you pray twice because you're obligated to pray. You understand?
The
case I gave you-
covering.
The case I gave you before is the machloket you have to or not. So the weekday you do the davar, but here this is the case. What happened if you forgot to you didn't pray Mincha on Shabbat afternoon? You prayed Saturday night. What?
Then you're flying in. It's not Shabbat, but you're using it a weekday.
But
to cover Shabbat.
No, but you understand why? Because you're missing something that you are obligated.
But why are you not letting me make up that Rosh Chodesh Mincha, Erev Shabbat?
Because on Shabbat, neither Moshe Rabbeinu nor Aaron can bring the private korban. And saying a second Arbit at night, it's korban
You let me bring a regular Mincha, you let me repeat it in the other, you let me do it on
because
the.
you did not pray.
So I did not pray Rosh Chodesh Mincha.
If you didn't pray any mincha this Friday, this coming Friday, you didn't pray Arbi twice. Friday night.
Now this Friday's the last
If you miss
Mincha.
your Ya'aleh V'Yavo, some say you cannot substitute it anyway because there's no Ya'aleh V'Yavo at night. Some say you have to, some say you don't. Because there is a machloket, we tell you on Shabbat, don't do it on the Bar and Terebet. Listen to this Gemara, Masechet Pesachim, Tav Kuftet Zayin Amud Bet. You know, if you have it, it's in the middle of the white lines. Listen to this. Amar Rav Acha bar Yaakov Soma, a blind man. Patur milomar Haggadah. A blind man is not obligated to say the Haggadah the night of Pesach. Why? Why? Ketiv Acha ba'avur zeh. Ketiv Atam b'neinu zeh. We say every Pesach night, והגדת לבנך ביום ההוא בעבור זה, you point out to the matzah, you point out to the maror. The blind man cannot point out. How do we know that when it says זה, the blind man is patur? Because by ben sorer or more, you know, a teenager misbehaved. If one of the parents is blind, he's not sorer or more. Fine. Remember, there is an opinion here by Rav Acha bar Yaakov. A blind man should not say. Fine.
So we can't go by him smelling the matzah and touching it. That's your. He could be.
No, but the Torah says zeh. That means you have to point
That
out.
means you got.
The Gemara says, "Eini, is that so?" Please listen good. Two famous rabbis of the Talmud that they were blind.
Is this in 115b?
This is in. I'm sorry. It's 116b. 116. Eini, is that so? Ve'amar mereimar, listen good. She'altinu leRabanan debei Rav Yosef. I asked the students of Rav Yosef who was blind. Man de'amar agadeta bei Rav Yosef. Remember, in our families, Ashkenazic and Sephardic, most, each one of us is reading the Haggadah. But in the time of the Gemara, the head of the family only used to read it, and people used to listen to him, and they were yotzeh.
Did they have to have kavanah? Did he have to be motzi? Did he have to say anything? Because there's no.
The same as you have kiddush, the same as every mitzvah.
But is there a bracha on Haggadah that you could say?
We are talking about the actual Haggadah. There is a mitzvah min Torah to recite it. Like the Haggadah. Can you say it for your wife and your kids? They used to. The head of the family used to read the Haggadah for the people.
Yeah, but we're used to it when we say a bracha before that they don't say like Kiddush, all
because, but we are used to it by Megillat Esther also, which is a story, correct? We used to it for Parashat Zachor, which is a story. I mean, we don't use it so much, but by them, so he's asking, who said the Haggadah in the house of the rabbi that was blind? Amru Rav Yosef, the rabbi did it.
Even though he's one.
How can the rabbi say it if he himself is exempt from it? Okay? Next question. Man Amar Agadeta, who read the Haggadah by Rav Sheshat, who was blind also? Amru Rav Sheshat. How is it possible that they said it? Again, if a blind man is exempt from the obligation of saying the Megillah, how can he say it for his children who are obligated? How can he say it for his wife who is obligated? This is the question of the Gemara. Okay, the answer makes no difference to us now. This is before Pesach, but we'll read it anyway. The Gemara answers, Kasavre Rabbanan, Matzah Bizman Hazeh de Rabbanan. Today, because there is no Korban Pesach, they held that eating matzah is only with Rabbanan. So it's not a problem. If you are Chayav Min Torah and you are blind, you are Patur. If it's only the Rabbanan, since the rabbi has told the blind man that you have to do the mitzvot anyway, good. This is now. So remember again, here we have an open Gemara. There's no ifs and buts. There's no. It's what? That a blind man who is not chayav b'mitzvot can be motzi other people. Comes the Rosh here. So now you have to go to the Rosh. I went downstairs. I found only two. I mean, I found many. But I need the Rosh in Kiddushin. to go, Eli, go to the Rosh Kiddushin, open for them the Rosh Kiddushin.
Isn't it mainly to tell the story and for people to hear the
I
story?
know,
So
but
what
it's
do
the
we
same,
do?
Joseph, it's the same as Kiddush. Your wife is obligated to say Kiddush, your kids. And you are saying the Kiddush for your wife. It is the story, but everyone has to say the story. If you just read it with your eyes, you didn't fulfill it. So each one of the family members is obligated. Now, the Rosh,
When do we ever say that? Is that really the halacha that matzah is the rabbanan, or that was just the svara there?
said that before Pesach, we'll spend 2 days. with
Okay,
this
okay.
Gemara. Because what you learn from this Gemara is many, many halachot besides the point we are making. The halacha is matzah b'zman hazeh d'oraita because you have a pasuk. Ba'erev tu matzot
Matzah.
But when the Gemara wants to know why did the two rabbis do it, they said matzah d'rabbanan.
Okay, good.
Open, go to the Rosh in Perek, Rosh Perek Al in F second.
Isn't part of the machloket that when people are chayav in general, we had the Zagmaram Rabbi Yosef, right?
It's the same Gemara.
Same thing, and in the end of the he is chayav. They say it goes back and forth. Right? Again,
Halacha is that the blind man is chayav anyway. The whole mitzvot.
We had a machloket, Rabbi Yehuda.
Okay, so look now, Siman Mem Tet. Okay, Siman Mem Tet.
you know what page that's on, so I can go.
Oh, by you. It's but remember, Eli, the Rosh goes by Simanim.
I understand, but if I
Siman Mem
flip the
Tet.
page and then I go.
Okay, fine. Okay, yeah, okay, yeah. So, it's up. It's either Lamed Aleph or Daf Lamed.
That's close enough. It's close
No,
enough.
it's Lamed or Lamed Aleph. It's second.
No. Okay.
It's Lamed Aleph.
It's very similar to all the cases. This
So
blind
listen.
man is.
No,
he wants to-
but
but he
remember.
wants to do it. What is he doing? What is he doing, basically?
Remember, what I want to do is beautiful. We're talking about Halacha L'Maaseh. Can you do it or not? Can he be Motzi? The Gemara says yes. Now we are going to the Rosh. He talks about the general machloket between Sfaradim and Ashkenazim that goes back 1800 years. Before that, can a woman say Baracha and Sukkah or not? You realize this is a heavyweight argument. And the bottom line is that the Rambam 800 years ago says to Sfaradim not to. And the Rosh says yes, and this is why the Ashkenazim. Yes, Sfaradim not. Now we are going to use the Gemara we just read in Pesachim to bring a proof to that point.
This kol mitzvah ha'av al haben.
Right, but the Rosh begins with the word Rabbeinu Tam.
So would a Sephardi consider that woman a berachat batala?
No.
It's a suon to say.
She did it. What did she do? She has to bring korban.
It's the same.
It's an avon.
It's the same as you spoke Lashon Hara. You did it. She did an avera according to the Rambam. She did an avera in the Torah. She doesn't bring any korban.
Wow.
Okay, so this is how we start. You have it here.
Yeah.
It should be right. It should be right.
I mean, I have the Rosh over here, kol
Okay.
mitzvah ha'av,
Good.
and then, so this is it.
Just told me
Is it Perush on the Rosh?
how do you score? No. It's the Rosh
Oh.
himself.
Oh, okay.
Let's call the Rosh himself.
You know, Rabbi, even using the right term, scroll, you got it all. Rabbi, you became very,
I'm
like that.
learning. Slowly I'm learning it.
You're doing better than slowly, Rabbi, good.
Oh, thank you, guys.
Look, רבנו תם היה אומר, לנשים יכולות לברך על כל מצוות עשה שהזמן גרמה. רבנו תם 800 years ago in France is saying, a woman can make a bracha on Sukkah even though she is not obligated. אף אגב דפיטירי, even though she is not obligated, he's saying you can do it. Okay?
And what's their reason? What
Because
was their reason?
the reason is because the Gemara says that Rav Yosef, who was blind,
Oh, right.
said
Stood on the mountain.
before I found out that if you do a mitzvah when you commend it, you're bigger than if you do it on a volunteer base. He used to say, I was very happy. So, you happy on what? how can you say all the brachot? If you cannot say bracha, so a blind man cannot make a bracha on matzah, cannot make a bracha on
So
tefillin.
is this very similar to Birkat Shahad in the morning?
Because what? Because
Uh,
Shachar. We'll see in a minute. Yeah, we'll see in a minute. Remember, we're talking about. In a minute, you'll see what Chacham Ovadia and Chacham Ben Zion differ is how to learn it here. Anyway, Rabbeinu Tam says yes. Skip few lines. He brings our Gemara. Eli, fine. Eli, it's about 8, 9, 10 lines. He brings our Gemara with some psachim. You see? Listen to this. Listen. Here, Eli, David, look here. It's approximately 8 lines from where you started. For all the Viraya, in the middle of the line. Listen carefully how he's dealing with the Gemara.
Yeah. Allah Mefia.
Good.
Or as Abe Tal used to tell us, long lines.
Oh, here we go with this motherfucker, here we go with this thing.
Now listen carefully. One word makes a machloket for hundreds of years. Listen carefully.
The whole Ramaz thing.
ועוד הבירה, you hear this? ועוד הבירה, מידה אמר רב אחא בערבי פסחים, listen, he repeats the Gemara we saw inside, סומה, a blind man, פטור מלומר אגדה. ופריך, the Gemara questions, אמר רבינה שהמתינו לרבנן דבר רב ששת, I asked the rabbis in the family, man אמר אגדת ברב ששת, who said the אגדה? Bei Rav Yosef. Please listen good now. Please listen what he says now. The question he was asking the students of the rabbi is, who said it for others? Correct? Who said the Haggadah for the wife and the children? They told him, Rav Yosef. Says the Rosh, ומוכח הטעם דלא פריך אלא ממה שמוציאים אחרים. אבל מה שברכו הם עצמם לא קשה. אף על גב דאיכא ברכה דאשר גאלנו. Forget now Rav Yosef and Rav Sheshet saying the Haggadah for the families. Part of the Haggadah, if you remember, after the second cup, there is a bracha like this, ברוך אתה השם אלוקינו מלך העולם, אשר גאלנו וגאל את אבותינו והוציאנו. There is a bracha. Says the Rosh, why didn't the Gemara ask, how can the rabbi say the Haggadah? The Haggadah is a bracha that he cannot really say. You hear the question?
Yeah.
You remember the bracha? It happens to be.
Haggadah mean to point out the Masay Maror. I mean, they are the whole
I thought
story.
a little higher they had Masha'ul and Tefillin. That's where I thought you were going to. In the same Rosh right here, just a little few lines above.
No. This is separate. He wants to say that the reason to rebuke Ehonat was exactly that. Here, look a second. Here's Sephardic Haggadah. Here, David, here's Sephardic Haggadah. After you finish the Haggadah, everyone is hungry. Right before you drink the second cup, you say like this. ברוך אתה השם אלוקינו מלך העולם, אשר גאלנו יורדים דס וגאל את אבותינו במצרים, והגיענו הלילה הזה, and we merited to לאכול מצה ומרור. Says the Rosh, why is the Gemara talking about him saying the Haggadah for his family? How can he say the bracha?
But there's no Vitzivanu, like you pointed out before.
This is the question. See? This bracha doesn't have the word Vitzivanu. It doesn't say Baruch Atah Hashem Elokeinu Melech HaOlam Asher Kiddushanu V'Mitzvotav V'Tzivanu. And the Rosh is asking, how can you say? How can you do it? So let's continue and see two answers to this question. You hear the question again, Joseph. The Gemara wonders how can the rabbi say Haggadah for his wife and his kids. The Gemara should ask, how can the rabbi say this bracha? The Haggadah is stories, as you say. Fine, beautiful stories, fine. But here's the bracha. If a woman and a blind man who is exempt is like a woman. So listen what they say. Umucha Chatam, Larry, you have the piece in the Rosh?
No, but go ahead. Don't stop for me. Keep going.
Listen, Siman Memtet. Rosh, Siman Memtet. It's
But does
Kiddushin.
Eli have it on Allah Torah?
Yes,
No,
you're
I'm
right.
not looking at it.
No,
I'm
but
sorry. I'm
every-
doing
every-
Sefaria, but
No, you definitely have it. Kiddushin, Rosh Kiddushin, Siman Memtet. Memtet. But if you have it on the page, you should have it on the page in Daf Lamed Aleph.
And and this is Kedushin?
Kiddushin 31a. Look at the Rosh. Yes. Allah Torah means every pasuk brings you all the commentary.
The only thing they give me is Rosh Kedushin 1, 2, 3, 4. But I don't know what that means.
No, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4 means the Simanim. Go to 49.
They don't go past that. But go ahead, don't wait for me. I'll find it with Eli's
Okay.
told me.
Okay, so listen. אבל מה שברכו הם עצמם לא קשה לנו. אף אגב דאיכא ברכה אשר גאלנו. says the Rosh, מי הוא אין זו ראיה כל כך. It is a proof, but not very strong. Why? Because the Gemara question a much stronger question. How can you be motzi other people? Good? Let's remember. The Rosh is asking for Masher Ga'alanu, and he answers the Gemara Kulov, Look ve'od. Second answer, that the bracha Asher Ga'alanu leka v'tzivanu. Says Chacham Ovadia in volume 8, in volume B, and in volume 6. Here you have two opinions in the Rosh. Can a woman say a bracha that does not have v'tzivanu? It's Birkat Shevach. Chacham Ovadia Yosef in the Siddur that he published takes out berachot Kriyat Shema or Birkot HaShachar. Says Chacham Ben Zion, no, it's Birkat Shevach. You can do it. This is the machloket now is, again, why would a woman be exempt? Because she cannot say the word, I was commended. Here is a bracha that doesn't have the word commended. And the Rosh has to answer. The question is, which
Because Tivanu doesn't care. He doesn't care if it's Tivanu or not. He doesn't care.
Which means, remember, the brachot are divided to three categories. Birkat Shevach, bracha on lightning, Chodesh Nisan on flowers, and the ocean. This is Birkot Shevach, Asher Yatzar Birkat Shevach, a woman is chayav. Then you have Birkat HaMitzvot, V'tzivanu le'aniach tefillin, V'tzivanu et'ateh v'tzitzit. Sfaradim would not say. She sits in the sukkah, she wouldn't say. But how about all the berachot in between? It's man gerama. Here you have it. So let's go back now. Larry, listen carefully how we connect.
I thought the other side of the machloket was Tivanu was on the Am, on the nation.
No. The reason why Ashkenazim would say it, even though the woman is not commended, is because Tivanu is on the nation. This is only an excuse for the Ashkenazim.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. For the Ashkenazim. No, that's what I'm saying.
But the Rosh is taking the position that a woman cannot now.
Right, okay.
Still, if it is no Tivanu, one answer says yes. Let's go back now. Let's go back now and understand what we say here. Take this now. We have enough Gemarot for everyone.
The black person is like the woman, you cannot say it.
But what about matzah then? You have a share Kiddushanu.
Talking about this rabbi, matzah woman is chayav anyway, because there is a cash between matzah and chametz. Since she's commanded not to eat chametz, she's commanded to eat matzah also.
I know this is getting in the weeds, but a blind person from birth, a blind person who once had the mitzvah, put on tefillin, or it doesn't make a difference.
It makes a difference only b'bracha yotzei or b'brachot. Anyway, Joseph, a blind man is chayav. This opinion in the Gemara said that this, but open now Gemara berachot daf 20b or 20a at the bottom, then we'll move to b. Everyone else, we have enough Gemarot here. Yeah, look at the Mishnah, the bottom of Brachot 20a, and we are moving right away to 20b. Nashim, on the bottom of the page. That's Daf Chaf Amud Aleph and Tav. Nashim. It's a general rule. If you look for a page, you always look at the top left in every page in 2,711 pages.
Right.
What does it say on top?
Chaf what?
Chaf Amud Aleph. Chaf. See Chaf? What do you see on top there? Which Chavav, so go back 6 pages. Yeah, take this. It's good, yeah. But remember, there's no exception. On the top of every page, on the top left, look at the bottom, all the way at the bottom. נשים ועבדים וקטנים פטורים מקריאת שמע. Why קריאת שמע is זמן גרמה? So a woman is exempt. Okay? Down the page. ומן התפילין. A woman is פטור from תפילין. Why? Because on Shabbat and Yom Tov we don't put it, so it's זמן גרמה. וחייבים בתפילה. Here's the Mishnah. The Mishnah on top says a woman is obligated to pray. Okay? Question is, why is she obligated? So look at the Gemara a second. Look at the Gemara v'chayavim b'tfilah. Look, it's about the 7th line from the top. You see in the middle of the page? V'chayavim b'tfilah. Why? The rachamenu. Since tfilah, as Joseph said before, is asking Refaenu Hashem v'nerafeh, barech alenu, and etc. Even a woman is chayav. Ma'u detema. I would have thought. הואיל הוא כתיב בערב, הבוקר וצהריים. The pasuk says, David HaMelech says, I'm praying 3 times a day. כמצוות עשה שהזמן ברמדם. I would have thought the woman is exempt, yes? כמה שמלכת she is chayav, yes? So here the Gemara is telling us the reason why a woman is chayav is because of Perashat Rachamim. So even according to the Rambam, I don't need it. According to the Rambam we saw yesterday, it's not Zman Gerama, correct? Right. But a regular tefillah, shachrit, mincha. Now let's go back. Tfilat Musaf, Joseph. Tfilat Musaf. Yes? You go in your Gemara. Go to which page? Look a second, 26b. The page you were before, okay? Yeah. It's on top, Chavav. Joseph, look a second, Joseph. Every time it says the page, if you have 2 dots, it means Amud Bet. If you have 1 dot, it's Amud Aleph. You see Chavav Amud Bet. You see that? Yeah. Look at the Gemara. Look at the Gemara over there. Itmar, approximately 12 lines from the top, Itmar. You have Brachot 26b.
Yes.
You learned it recently. Itmar, Rabbi Yossi ben Reb Chanina Omer, Tefilot Avot Tiknu. He says Shachrit and Mincha were established by Abraham and Yitzchak. Rabbi Yeshua ben Levi Amar, Tefilot Keneged Timidim Tiknu. You said it before, Joseph. Tefillot is a substitute for the korban. Good. One says Abraham and Yitzchak and Yaakov. One says a substitute. Okay.
But we use the times of the korbanot for the tefillot.
The Gemara goes back and forth. Let's look at the bottom of the page and the conclusion. Okay. Look at the bottom. So look a second, approximately 6 lines from the bottom. Larry, you have it about 6 lines. Amar lecha Rabbi Yossi, it's exactly 6 lines from the bottom. The first word in the line is Le'olam. Please listen good now. Le'olam ein malach tefilot avot tiknu. Abraham and Yitzchak and Yaakov established brachot ve'asmechinu Rabbanan hakorbanot. And the rabbis aligned the mitzvah of tefillah to the time of the korban, which means you have 2 aspects here. Listen carefully. If you don't say so, tefillat musaf leRabbi Yossi berab Chanina man tikna. If you say that only the forefathers established it, musaf.
What's musaf? Where's it come
from?
from?
Where is musaf coming in? Ela tefilot avot tiknu. והסמכינו רבנן הקורבנות. So here the Gemara is an open Gemara that Musaf Eli is only because of the Korban. Right? So let's go back now. some rabbis are saying,
Isn't that
since,
Peshita? I mean,
what?
I
Okay,
think it's,
no, but the Gemara wants to conclude. After the machloket, you have to say, now, let's go back. A woman, everyone agrees, is exempt from giving every year money to buy a korban. So comes Rabbi Akiva Eger and says, a woman is not obligated to pray Musaf.
Right.
Or maybe Musaf is also Tfilah Zman Gerama, no? Look carefully. The only reason Shachrit is not Zman Gerama is because you have to ask Chachamim. Musaf is only to replace the korbanot. So some say a woman is definitely cannot. Is she
But if she's not in the
permitted?
korban, she's not a musaf.
Right. So now the big tshuva of Chacham Ovadia and Chelek Aleph is exactly that. Is she permitted to say Musaf or not? If a woman is not permitted to say Beracha and Sukkah, this is summarizing what we're speaking today.
the Ashkenaz is not a problem. It's only a question of
Ashkenazim
Sfardim.
is not a problem. But Sfaradim, that the woman doesn't say Beracha when she's not obligated, is she permitted to bring Musaf or not? This falls now into our question that we discussed today.
Right.
The word Vetzivanu doesn't appear in Musaf.
If you don't let
But
them
the
do
Rosh
it,
didn't
then
care.
how can you-
Because the Rosh brings two opinions.
He didn't
Says
care.
Chacham Ovadia, this question has to do with the two answers of the Rosh. According to answer number one, he doesn't care, which means the woman should not be able. According to the second, she should be able because there's no Vetzivanu. So Halacha L'Maaseh, he says, since all the Sephardic Gedolim and Ashkenazic tell us for hundreds of years, women pray Misaf, let them go.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Even though usually you say
It's
Brachot,
not,
Safot,
but
Brachot,
you're not backing off of the Sukkah. On the
Right.
Sukkah
Sukkah,
issue, you're
everyone-
not backing off.
Correct. Sukkah, you're not backing off.
Right.
And shofar, you're not. This is why by shofar,
Or maybe
only
lighting
if a
candles,
man.
lighting candles. My wife does Ashkenaz. She's not
So-
Ashkenaz on
so-
any
no,
side.
no, but-
Yet she learned in Flatbush that way. And
Lighting candles, every Sephardic. Let me explain this.
She does it that way.
Please listen carefully. Lighting candles, everyone agrees that the Sephardic woman has to make a bracha. What you refer to is how should she do it? Should she say the bracha before or after? The Sephardic woman make the bracha before the lighting candles, then the light. Ashkenazi light without the bracha. Then they cover the eyes, then they say the bracha.
That's how my wife does it.
So basically,
Okay.
it's, yes, Safek
That's how
Brachot
I does
Lahakel,
it.
but he's
That's how
overriding that with tradition.
Said-
Because we have a machloket in the Rosh, we could go
It's
either
your-
way.
it's your opinion in the Rosh.
It could go
So
either way.
Chacham Ovadia is taking the Rosh and saying, since the first answer says she's always patur, this is why he wouldn't let a woman say Berachot Kriyat Shema.
Right,
But
but we
Chacham Ben
have,
Zion is saying, say, let them say. Why? There's no Vetzivanu plus. It's a topic. Plus, Berachot Kriyat Shema is part of Tefillah. Berachot Kriyat Shema is part of Tefillah. How do we know?
oh,
No, but
I'll go back into
this is,
that.
remember, it's not should a woman make a bracha or not.
How?
When your wife, when you went after you got married to your mother-in-law, did your wife make a bracha on the candles? Whatever she did is fine, but the Shulchan Aruch says, Faradim no. Ask Chacham Yaakov, my father said, let the woman say, if you go to eat by your in-laws, your wife has to listen to her mother making the bracha. She can, the same as Chanukah. Ashkenazim, every woman, most Sephardic women, except the new generation of Hateret this time, most Sephardic women do say bracha whenever they like.
Rabbi, in Modim, when we say Erev Asarayim,
Correct.
is it referring to the Korbanot? She was thanking God 3
No,
times.
you're good. It refers to the thanks, right?
So, like, then the woman,
No, but
Also,
see,
when
but
they
no,
pray-
since the woman is chayav to be thankful, which is a part of the Amidah, she says the entire
but
thing.
is it referring to the 3 Amidah?
It's 3 Amidot.
So then it's like totally.
So we just looked in the Gemara in Barachot, and the Gemara says even though it's Mangerama, since you're asking for your life, for your health, the rabbi said say it anyway. This is the
But
reason
then
why.
they should do it 3 times a day.
Because we saw yesterday, since our bid began as a non-obligatory mitzvah, this is why a woman does it.
what is the Ilah?
What?
What is the
Okay, so we have
Ilah?
to
Is it a
learn.
korban or is
Yeah,
it
we
based
have-
on a korban or
We
is
have,
it?
to, we have to learn the Gemara. The Ilah was not a korban.
There's no
The Ilah
korban.
is exactly as Musaf. exactly the same.
but Musaf is based on a Qurban.
Leave the psachim, leave the berachot downstairs. The kiddushin, we don't have any.
Pesachim you want.
Leave two berachot here and put psachim here, the rest. The kiddushin also, it's amazing, whenever we do, we don't have.
Right. Question, Tashluvi. Let's say I forgot to pay our beat one night.
Yeah.